Hey y'all, it's Ayana, and today I'm actually going to read the entry for today. This book is Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color by Iyanla Vanzant. I got this book up in, I think, 2020 or maybe 2019 from my grandmother because I opened it up and I read for the day and I was like, oh yeah, this is something that I need to take home. And ever since then, I've been opening it up here and there to get a little message that I might need. So for today, September 11th. For love to grow through the test of everyday living, one must respect that zone of privacy where one retires to relate to the inside instead of the outside. Everybody needs a little time and space where they can go to be alone. Yes. What this is called in a relationship is the danger zone. We all need those few little things that we have for ourselves. It could be a thing, place, an activity, or something we cannot share. What this can look like in a relationship is what is mine is theirs. Everyone has that special thing that they just love to do. What this feels like in a relationship is I'm going out without you. If you want your relationship to grow and flourish and your loved ones to remain living and kind, give them the time, space, and opportunity to go and make contact with their own minds. Today, I will let you be with yourself. Yes. Let somebody be by themselves today. I think so often we just try to, people, not we, because I don't put myself on anybody. I don't impede, that's the right word. I don't know what the right word is, but I don't get in nobody's space that don't want me in it. I will roll out. And what I've been talking about a lot recently is me being in kind of a hermit mode. And what that means for me is doing a lot of spending time by myself. Not necessarily all of my time is in reflection. Like sometimes I'm painting, sometimes I'm just doing things by myself, going outside and just living life in from my own perspective. I think that's what a huge thing has been for me, especially with our phones. And as much as people don't want to realize, indulging in so much in this small, in these rectangles, indulging in so much of what's going on in these rectangles, sometimes you need to just give people space or worrying too much about what other people are doing, checking where other people are. And it's just like sometimes you got to just live your life. The other day I did a tarot reading. I do tarot, and the other day I did a tarot reading, and the conversation mainly aligned around the person focusing on themselves instead of having so much anxiety built up around what other people are doing. This goes for like parents and children as well. I feel like parents have to allow children to be themselves, whether they're young or old. Allow people to make mistakes, and most of all, make decisions for themselves. And you'll realize like how much you can cripple someone or how much they won't want to have conversations with you when you influence them so much to the point where they feel like they can't make a decision without you or without, anybody else around them's input. And that's one thing that I've been practicing for myself, is making a lot of decisions. I won't say without thinking about them, but without like heavy contemplation. A lot of times we already know what we want to do after the situation comes at hand, but we might need a little affirming. But a lot of times, just affirm yourself, unless you need more information. Of course, if you don't feel confident in your decision, then seek other influence. But if you feel confident in yourself and you know what you're talking about, and that's a lot of times where I have to tell people, like, you have to make decisions for yourself, especially for your next steps, because you are the only person who has seen what you have seen in your lifetime. You know what you can and what you can't deal with. A lot of us will ask people for advice knowing there's more information to it. Like, that's why I don't ask a lot of people for advice anymore, because you will never understand what I'm going through. And then also, if I'm not completely honest with you about all that's going on, then how can you help me? So I feel like I'm allowing you to be on your own. That affirmation at the end is very important for people to allow someone, what they say, let them fly, the baby birds. Let the birds fly. Like, let yourself fly. Let yourself be free. Let other people be free. Let them be able to move and operate on their own, so that when you all could come together, then you come together and become stronger, not necessarily just one bigger influence over the other. So yes, I hope that y'all enjoyed this little conversation today. Let me know what y'all think about it, and I'll make sure to still post it in my story. Thank y'all.